Good evening to all. Just today I'll discuss some other questions for functional analysis. What is the about the norm? Question number 11 here given. And this question number 11, let X be a vector space. See here. Let X be a vector space. X belongs to capital X, a real valued function on a vector space X. Then norm X is which condition is satisfied here? Just we can look out some definition of the norm, and there is some definition of the norm is given that X is not equal to 0. That implies norm of X must be greater than there is one condition. And alpha X norm that is equal to alpha norm of X, that is second condition. Norm of X plus Y that is less than equal to norm of X plus norm of Y. That is three conditions we satisfy the norms. Then there is options are given here. That is X is not equal to 0 and norm X is greater than 0. That is belongs to us. And X is not equal to 0, norm is less than 0. That does not belongs to us. See, this one is also not belongs to, and this one is not belongs to. So answer is A. X is not equal to 0 and norm X is greater than 0. That is a vector space. True norm conditions. And second, 12 question number. Let X be a vector space and X belongs to a real valued function on a vector space X. Then norm of X is which condition is satisfied? I have already defined from the above equation three conditions must be satisfied. That is already defined. This is the norm X is not equal to 0. This condition is satisfied. Norm of X is not equal to 0. So which one of these is condition satisfied? Just you can look out here. Compare the condition definitions of the norm. X is not equal to 0. That is first condition. And norm of X must be satisfied greater than 0. Here is there. There is no, this condition is available. So what is the another condition? So norm of alpha X, which is less than equal, which is equal to alpha norm of X. Second condition, that is also not available here. And last condition, norm of X plus Y, which is less than equal to norm of X plus norm of Y. This is last condition is available here. So which one is true for this? So A number is true. So real valued functions is true. So let X be a real valued function and X belongs to capital X. A real valued function on a vector space X and norm X is a norm of X, then satisfy the condition norm of X plus Y less than equal to norm of X plus norm of Y. That is question number 12. And question number 13, let X be a vector space and X belongs to capital X. A real valued function of a vector space X, the norm is that is also norm condition. So just you can recall the definition of the norm. Norm definition is saying that X is not equal to 0. That implies norm of X must be satisfied greater than 0. But this question is not available here. And second question is norm of alpha X equal to alpha norm of X. So this condition is available here. Yes, this second condition is available here. So this is true for C question is true here. See, this question is true. So let X be a vector space and X belongs to capital X, a real valued function of a vector space X. The norm X is a norm is defined here. Norm of alpha X is equal to alpha into norm of X. That is true. And question number 14, X be a vector space and P be a real valued function. X is a semi-norm function X is a semi-norm. Then we try to understand what is the definition of semi-norm, but what is the condition of semi-norm? Just you can remind here. Semi-norm. Semi-norm, that means X is not equal to 0. That satisfies first condition. X is not equal to 0. That is norm condition also. And norm of X is not equal to 0, and P of X greater than equal to 0. P of X greater than 0, that is positive. Norm of X greater than 0 for the case of norm, but for the case of semi-norm, X is not equal to 0 implies Px greater than 0. Then another condition, P of X plus Y. P of X plus Y less than equal to P of X plus of P of Y. P of alpha X, third condition. P of alpha X is equal to alpha P of X. That is alpha P of X. That is the third condition. But there are three conditions for the semi-norm. So which condition was followed here? Just you see, X is not equal to 0, norm X greater than, that cannot be satisfied for semi-norm. This is also not satisfied for the semi-norm. Then X is not equal to 0, and third condition is satisfied. See, this is true for the semi-norm conditions. Okay. Then just you can see the definition and just look out the answer of this question. Question 15. Let X be a vector space and P be a real valued function on X is semi-norm. But just that is also semi-norm condition. I have already discussed the semi-norm conditions. That first condition is that X is not equal to 0 and implies that P of X is greater than 0. That is first condition. And second condition, P of X plus Y, which is less than equal to P of X plus of P of Y, that does not belong to this criteria. And last condition, P of alpha X, which is equal to alpha norm P of X. So this condition is satisfied. So this one is the P of alpha X is equal to alpha Px. Which one is there? Alpha Px. Second, so this one P of alpha X, and this is the answer. So X be a real valued vector space and P be a real valued function on X. It's semi-norm, then we satisfy the following criteria, that is P of alpha X is equal to norm of alpha into Px. That is your answer. Question 16. Let X be a vector space and P be a real valued function on X, then also semi-norm criteria. So already this is the satisfy the third criteria. See, this one is the third criteria. I have already given the three conditions for semi-norm. That is X is not equal to 0, and that is P of X in that time P of X is greater than 0. And second conditions, that is the P of X plus Y, which is less than equal to P of X plus of P of Y. Then this is the conditions, P of X plus Y less than equal to Px plus Py. So this condition is satisfied here. So D is answer here. That is the condition for semi-norm, and there are three questions created here for the short question. Just you can remind. Let X be a vector space. Question number 17. Let X be a vector space and P be a real valued function on X. It's semi-norm. That this is also third condition. Definition. This is the first condition satisfied, second condition also satisfied, third condition also satisfied. So this question is all of the questions. All of these above, the three conditions is satisfied, and P is X is said to be a vector space and P be a real valued function, and X is semi-norm. So all the three conditions satisfied, and that is called the semi-norm. Question number 18. Banach space. So what is the condition for Banach space? A complete norm vector space, complete vector space, norm vector space, complete norm vector space, none of these. So according to definition, that is the complete norm vector space. See, this one is the complete norm vector space. Question number 19. A linear transformation T is bounded if there is an integer m such that norm of Tx less than m into norm of x for every x belongs to capital X. And norm of Tx is equal to m into norm of x for every x belongs to capital X. The norm of Tx less than equal to m into norm of x for every x belongs to x, and none of these. Just you can remind the definition of the linear norm. That is, norm of T is equal to infimum of norm of Tx less than m into norm of x. This is condition satisfied. For every x belongs to, no, this condition not satisfied because that's strictly less than. We need that is the less than or equal to. So this C condition is true. Norm of Tx for every x belongs to x, that is satisfied the condition. Okay. Then just will come question number 20. Others 19 question I have already discussed here. And just we come to another question we have to discuss now in the question number 20. So what is the 20 number question we consider here? Suppose question number 20, if norm T of T, norm of T, if T is the linear transformation, first option is there. T is the linear transformation. T is linear transformation. See, according to definition. And second option, norm T is equal to infimum of m such that norm of Tx less than equal to m into norm of x, comma x belongs to capital X. C condition. T is bounded. T is bounded. Just see, that is T is bounded for us. T is bounded. This is T is bounded. B-O-U-N-D-E-D, bounded. All of the above. D option is all of the above.